For decades, the world believed Silicon Valley was untouchable, the beating heart of global innovation. But in 2025, a quiet revolution is happening, and it's not in California. It's in Canada. The global tech landscape is shifting. Once dominated by the giants of Silicon Valley, the industry is now facing a storm: mass layoffs, shrinking venture capital, and sky-high living costs driving talent away. Startups that once dreamed of a San Francisco zip code are now searching for something new: stability, opportunity, and a future they can actually afford. And that's where Canada steps in. Cities like Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal, and Calgary are quietly rewriting the global tech map. Over the past few years, these cities have attracted billions in new investment, hosted some of the world's fastest-growing startups, and even lured top talent away from Silicon Valley itself. Canada's strength isn't just in technology, it's in its people and policies. The country's pro-immigration stance allows skilled workers from around the world to build their dreams here. Its universities are pumping out AI and computer science graduates at record rates. And with its strong quality of life, affordable housing compared to US tech hubs, and global connectivity, Canada offers something rare: innovation without the burnout. From Shopify's e-commerce empire to Montreal's AI research labs, from Vancouver's gaming and film tech to Waterloo's engineering powerhouses, Canada's tech rise isn't just a moment, it's a movement. So the big question is, how did Canada, once seen as just America's quieter neighbor, become the world's next Silicon Valley? Stay tuned, because in this video, we're breaking down the rise of Canada's new tech cities, the global trends driving this shift, and what it means for the future of innovation worldwide. The decline of Silicon Valley's dominance. For years, Silicon Valley represented the ultimate dream, where billion-dollar ideas were born and where innovation met ambition. It was the place where garage startups became global empires and where the brightest minds gathered to build the future. But in 2025, the story looks different. The same ecosystem that once thrived on bold risk-taking and startup culture is now suffocating under its own weight. Office rents are astronomical, living costs have driven young talent out, and waves of layoffs have hit even the biggest players, from Google and Meta to smaller venture-backed firms. The pandemic and remote work changed everything. Developers, designers, and engineers realized they no longer needed to live in San Francisco or Palo Alto to build world-class products. Companies began looking for new hubs that could offer the same infrastructure and talent, without the extreme costs or instability. Silicon Valley's culture of hustle and burnout is being replaced by a search for balance and sustainability. Startups are now asking, where can we build without breaking our teams? Where can we innovate without burning out? That's where Canada emerged as an unexpected contender. Its cities already had the foundation: world-class education, political stability, and close proximity to the US market. But now, with American cities struggling to sustain their tech dominance, Canada has quietly positioned itself as the smarter, more sustainable alternative for the next generation of startups. Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal, and Calgary are offering what Silicon Valley can't: affordable housing, inclusive policies, and a high quality of life. Canadian immigration laws welcome global talent, and government grants support innovation across industries. The shift isn't just about cost, it's about culture, community, and long-term vision. Silicon Valley may still be iconic, but its monopoly on innovation is fading. Remote work has leveled the playing field, and Canada is stepping in to fill the gap, not with hype, but with substance. This isn't the end of Silicon Valley, but it's the beginning of a new chapter, one where innovation is distributed and Canada is leading the way. Toronto, Canada's tech capital. Toronto has become the epicenter of Canada's tech boom. Often called the Silicon Valley of the North, it now ranks among the top 5 fastest-growing tech hubs in North America. Major players like Google, Amazon, Microsoft, and Meta have expanded operations here, while local giants like Shopify, Wealthsimple, and Koho are leading global innovations in fintech and e-commerce. The secret? Talent and diversity. Toronto's immigrant-friendly policies attract skilled workers from across the world: India, Nigeria, the Philippines, and Eastern Europe. Over 50% of the city's residents were born outside Canada, creating a rich blend of ideas and perspectives that fuel innovation. Add in universities like the University of Toronto and Waterloo, and you get a nonstop pipeline of top-tier engineers, researchers, and entrepreneurs. The government's support for AI and tech education has also paid off, with Vector Institute and Mars Discovery District turning Toronto into a research and startup powerhouse. Toronto's advantage is clear. It's globally connected but affordable enough for startups to grow before scaling, while U.S. founders struggle to raise capital in oversaturated markets. Canadian startups thrive under policies that encourage experimentation and sustainability over hype. The city's tech ecosystem is collaborative, with incubators, accelerators, and co-working spaces supporting early-stage ventures. Toronto also benefits from strong public infrastructure, safe neighborhoods, and a vibrant cultural scene. It's a place where founders can build companies and still enjoy a high quality of life. The city's fintech sector is booming, with innovations in digital banking, crypto, and payment platforms. Health tech, edtech, and clean tech are also gaining traction, driven by a mix of public funding and private investment. Toronto isn't just Canada's tech capital, it's a global contender. And as more international investors look beyond Silicon Valley, Toronto is proving that innovation can thrive in places built on inclusion, education, and long-term vision. This isn't just a trend, it's the foundation of Canada's tech future. Vancouver, where tech meets quality of life. While Toronto dominates the finance and AI scenes, Vancouver is carving its name as a hub for gaming, green tech, and digital innovation. It's the perfect mix of lifestyle and business, stunning landscapes, clean energy, and a fast-growing startup community. Tech companies love Vancouver for its proximity to both Silicon Valley and Asia, making it an ideal bridge between Western and Eastern markets. Companies like Amazon and Microsoft have built massive campuses here, while local firms like Hootsuite, Dapper Labs, and Clio have achieved international recognition. Vancouver's creative ecosystem, fueled by its film and gaming industries, also feeds into its tech sector. The same city that produces Hollywood blockbusters is now developing the future of virtual reality and Web3. With its clean tech startups and commitment to sustainability, Vancouver stands out as the future of environmentally conscious innovation. The city's startup scene is thriving, with incubators and accelerators supporting founders in climate tech, biotech, and digital media. Government grants and university partnerships are helping turn ideas into scalable businesses. Vancouver's universities, like UBC and Simon Fraser, are producing top-tier talent in engineering, design, and environmental science. And unlike many U.S. tech hubs, Vancouver offers a lifestyle that attracts and retains global talent. When developers from California compare $6,000 San Francisco rents to the relatively affordable and scenic life in British Columbia, the decision becomes easy. Vancouver offers balance, a place where innovation thrives without sacrificing well-being. It's a city where you can hike in the morning, pitch investors in the afternoon, and prototype in the evening. The tech community here is collaborative, with a strong emphasis on sustainability, inclusion, and creativity. Vancouver isn't trying to copy Silicon Valley. It's building something different, something greener, more human, and more globally connected. And as the world looks for tech hubs that prioritize both innovation and livability, Vancouver is proving it's more than just beautiful. It's built for the future. Montreal, the global center for artificial intelligence. If there's one city giving Silicon Valley real competition in AI research, it's Montreal. Backed by global giants like Google, Facebook, and Samsung, and home to world-renowned AI pioneer Yoshua Bengio, Montreal has become the beating heart of artificial intelligence innovation. What makes Montreal special is its collaborative ecosystem. Unlike the hyper-competitive culture of the US, Montreal's AI community thrives on open research, partnerships between universities, and ethical development. This approach has drawn interest from around the world, from startups to academic institutions. The city's universities, McGill and Université de Montréal, supply endless streams of top researchers. At the same time, lower operational costs make it attractive for both startups and big tech to base their R&D teams here. Montreal also stands out for its French-English bilingual culture, which connects it uniquely to both North American and European markets. The city's AI labs are producing breakthroughs in deep learning, natural language processing, and computer vision. Startups in Montreal are tackling global challenges, from climate modeling to medical diagnostics. And they're doing it in a way that prioritizes transparency, ethics, and long-term impact. Montreal's AI ecosystem is supported by institutions like Mila, which brings together researchers, students, and companies to collaborate on cutting-edge projects. The city hosts international conferences, attracts top PhD talent, and offers a cost-effective base for innovation. Montreal's AI startups are also gaining traction globally, with funding coming from Europe, Asia, and Silicon Valley itself. The local government supports AI development through grants, infrastructure, and public-private partnerships. Montreal isn't just building technology, it's shaping the future of how AI is developed and deployed. With the world racing to dominate AI, Montreal isn't just following trends, it's setting them. And as AI continues to transform industries from healthcare to logistics, Montreal's role in shaping that future will only grow stronger. It's not just a tech hub, it's a global thought leader in responsible AI. And that makes Montreal one of the most important cities in the future of technology. Government support and talent pipeline. Unlike many countries that leave innovation to the private sector, Canada's government has built an entire ecosystem to support tech growth. Programs like the Innovation Superclusters Initiative and Global Skills Strategy make it easier for companies to access funding and talent. The Global Talent Stream, for example, allows companies to hire foreign tech workers in as little as 2 weeks, a massive advantage compared to the U.S. visa backlog. This policy has attracted thousands of engineers from the U.S., India, and Europe who can now live and work freely in Canada. The government's investment in AI, clean tech, and quantum computing also gives Canada a head start in the industries that will define the next decade. Combined with strong data privacy laws and ethical research frameworks, Canada has built not just a tech industry, but a responsible, future-oriented one. Universities like Waterloo, UBC, and McGill act as feeders into the tech ecosystem, collaborating directly with private firms to turn academic research into commercial innovation. This tight link between education and entrepreneurship gives Canada a major edge. Students graduate with hands-on experience, and startups benefit from cutting-edge research. Canada's immigration policies also support long-term growth, making it easier for international students to stay and build careers. Government grants help early-stage startups scale, while tax incentives encourage R&D investment. The result is a tech ecosystem that's inclusive, well-funded, and globally competitive. Canada isn't just supporting innovation, it's designing the infrastructure to sustain it. Public-private partnerships are helping build smart cities, green energy grids, and digital health platforms. Canada's approach to tech isn't reactive, it's strategic, inclusive, and future-proof. And that's why its tech sector is growing faster than anyone expected. The global impact, Canada's new tech identity. The rise of Canada's tech scene isn't just a local story. It's reshaping the global innovation landscape. As more startups, investors, and corporations move north, Canada is emerging as the world's most balanced tech hub, combining Silicon Valley's creativity, Europe's ethics, and Asia's work ethic. It's a place where innovation feels sustainable, not rushed, not exploitative, and not driven purely by greed. As global tech seeks stability in a post-pandemic world, Canada offers the perfect mix: strong infrastructure, diverse talent, political calm, and forward-thinking leadership. Startups are scaling globally from Canadian cities. Investors are calling Toronto and Montreal the new gold rush. And for thousands of engineers, designers, and founders, Canada isn't just an option anymore. It's the future. It's a country where innovation is built on values, and where tech is seen as a tool for progress, not just profit. Canada's rise is changing how the world thinks about innovation, and it's only just beginning. Global conferences are now hosted in Canadian cities, and venture capital is flowing in from every continent. Canada's tech identity is no longer quiet. It's bold, inclusive, and globally respected. And as the world searches for a new model of innovation, Canada is showing what the future can look like. The world's tech map is being redrawn, and Canada is right at the center of it all. What began as a quiet shift has now become a full-scale transformation that's impossible to ignore. With cities like Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal leading the charge forward, Canada is no longer Silicon Valley's shadow, it's becoming its successor. This isn't just about geography or infrastructure, it's about philosophy and values. Canada's tech revolution is built on inclusion, sustainability, and long-term thinking. It's not chasing hype or unicorn valuations, it's building resilience and purpose. The rise of Canada's tech ecosystem proves innovation doesn't belong to one city or country. It belongs to those who adapt, evolve, and build with intention and integrity. In a world where the US faces division and political uncertainty, Europe battles regulation and fragmentation, and Asia focuses on scale and speed, Canada has found its balance: smart policy, global inclusion, and a sustainable vision. Canada's tech hubs are growing with purpose, not just speed or size. They're building ecosystems that prioritize ethics, diversity, and long-term impact. Toronto is leading in fintech, AI, and e-commerce innovation. Vancouver is pioneering green tech, gaming, and digital lifestyle platforms. Montreal is shaping the future of responsible artificial intelligence and research. These cities aren't just competing with each other, they're collaborating and sharing resources. They're building a national tech identity that's globally competitive and locally grounded. Canada's immigration policies are attracting top talent from every corner of the world. Its universities are producing world-class engineers, scientists, and entrepreneurs every year. And its government is investing in industries that will define the next century. From quantum computing to clean energy, Canada is betting on the future. Canada's story is no longer about catching up, it's about leading with confidence. And the world is finally paying attention to what's happening up north. Global investors are shifting their focus and funding Canadian innovation. International conferences are choosing Canadian venues for their global gatherings. Startups are scaling from Canadian cities to markets across Europe, Asia, and Africa. Canada isn't just exporting technology, it's exporting a new model for innovation. One that's inclusive, ethical, and future-ready for the challenges ahead. So maybe the question isn't whether Canada can become the next Silicon Valley. Maybe it already has, and the world is just starting to notice. Because when you look at the numbers, the talent, and the infrastructure, Canada checks every box that defines a modern tech powerhouse. But more importantly, it's doing it differently, and that difference matters. It's proving that tech can be powerful without being exploitative or extractive. That growth can be fast without being reckless or unsustainable. That innovation can be global without losing its local soul and identity. Canada's rise is a reminder that the future of tech isn't about domination. It's about collaboration, inclusion, and building ecosystems where people thrive. It's about creating technologies that solve real problems and serve real communities, not just chasing valuations or exit strategies for short-term gain. And it's about leading with integrity, not just ambition or scale. The next generation of founders, engineers, and creators is already choosing Canada, not just for opportunity or funding, but for alignment with their values. They want to build in places that reflect their ethics and vision. They want to innovate in communities that support their growth and well-being. And they want to be part of something bigger than just business or profit. Canada offers all of that and more with open arms. So whether you're an investor, a founder, a student, or a policymaker, it's time to pay attention to what's happening in Canada. Because the world's next big tech story isn't in California anymore. It's happening right here, in Canada, and it's just